a lot of conversations lately and over the past few years over the pocket situation with women's clothing, women's jeans, pants, shirts, either the absence of pockets or fake pockets or ridiculously shallow pockets that are maybe only an inch or two deep. And I wanted to just explain from my perspective working in the fashion industry as a fashion designer where I've seen these things come up and why there happens to be a lack of pockets for women's clothing. There are 3 reasons why women's jeans are made with fake pockets, according to my experience. Number 1, it's cheaper. Real pockets cost more money, and with the craze of fast fashion, there's no reason to make quality functional clothes. Better profit margins for the companies when you eliminate pockets. Not as much design thought goes into cheap knockoffs compared to their quality counterparts. Fast fashion doesn't normally prioritize function. They prioritize fashion and visual aesthetics to get the potential buyer to become a customer. So trends are the focus. Better clothing brands focus more on timelessness, longevity, quality, and function. Less on trends. Maybe it would improve our lives to focus more on how clothing can support us in our daily lives rather than buying something just because it looks cute. Expect more out of your clothing and be pickier. Number 2, it breaks up the human form. Since women's jeans are nowadays meant to fit right against the body, the outline of the 2 extra layers of fabric for front pockets is quite visible. And building off of point number 1, cheap fabric is thinner, so the pocket outline is very, very visible. Then if you actually put anything in those pockets, you'll have a smooth leg silhouette from the ankle up to the mid-thigh, then a lumpy, clumpy bulge on the upper thigh with whatever's in your pockets. Number 3, pockets become stretched out. Most women's jeans made with some amount of lycra or stretch in the fabric, if there are actual pockets being used, the fabric stretches out and you'd have this wrinkly, empty pocket. So you know how the knee area gets a little stretched out when you wear them and move in them. The same thing happens to pockets when you put things in them. And if you think it's the fashion designer's fault that your clothes don't have pockets, it's probably not. Most likely the sales and finance departments decided to do without because of budgeting and higher profit margins. Us fashion designers are sticking up for you as much as we can, the people. But there's only so much that we can do. Oftentimes we design things at a higher level and they get watered down by sales, or sometimes styles get completely cut from production because they're too risky for the brand image or they're just too expensive. I observed point number 1 from personal experience working in the fashion industry. What ends up being sold comes down to price and profit. I have sat in on meetings where we have a design and we have a maximum price that we can manufacture each unit for. So here's an example. Let's say we have a button-down shirt ready for production. Our maximum unit price is $10 and the factory will charge $12 per unit based on the current design specifications and a 500 unit order. So we need to find a way to get the factory price down to $10 per unit. We will do one, some, or all of the following changes to get the price down to $10 a unit. We'll change the center front button count from 8 buttons to 7 buttons. We will remove collar buttons, remove pockets, change the fabric print design color count from 4 colors to 3 colors, change the thread stitching length from 1/16 an inch to 1/8 an inch. Sewing becomes faster and it saves money mostly because it saves time, so labor becomes a lot cheaper. Number 6, change from a curved hemline to a straight hemline. Remove interfacing from inside the collar and the cuffs. These are just some examples. There are many creative ways to knock down the price of a garment so that the brand can get the profit margin that they're expecting to get.